Hi guys, Mark here. Welcome to another one of my videos. In this one, we're going to cover the skip strand around sinnet. This technique is very rare, it takes time to get used to, but it is also effective and fun to do. This technique can also be referred to as an over 2 round sinnet. I have in the past already covered the over 1 round sinnet and I'm going to leave a link in the description of the video. I highly recommend doing the over 1 version first, since learning this version is going to be a lot quicker and easier. To demonstrate the sinnet, I'm going to be using 8 strands. You want to be using an even number, so you can use 6, 10, 12, 14, or any other even number. You can transition into our sinnet from a knot, so perhaps the Matthew Walker knot, perhaps the foot rope knot, whatever you want to use. Or you can transition from another sinnet or braid, it is mostly dependent on the situation. To demonstrate, I'm going to use 4 cords of one color and 4 cords of another. If you're using a single color of cords, mark down half of them, so every second one, using an overhand knot, just to tell apart the 2 sets more easily. One set is going to rest in our left hand. The other set is going to face down towards the bottom. Take one of the top cords, pass it to the right over 2. Pick up the second cord into your left hand. Rotate counterclockwise. Take the next top cord, pass to the right over 2, and pick up the second cord. Rotate counterclockwise, pass over 2 to the right, and pick up the second cord. Rotate again. Take the last remaining cord over the last remaining bottom cord and pick it up. So we have exchanged the 2 sets. The bottom cords travel in between 2 top cords, here, 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 and here. We now reverse direction by taking one of our top cords over 2 to the left and pick up the second cord. Like this. Rotate clockwise, pass another top cord to the left over 2 and pick up the second cord. Rotate again, clockwise, pick up a top cord and pass it over 2 and pick up the second cord. The final top cord passes over to the left, over the final bottom cord, which we again pick up. And we have again exchanged our 2 sets of cords. Again, our cords are traveling in between 2 top cords. So this one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. Take the top cord once again, reversing direction, traveling over 2 to the right. Pick up the second cord, like this. Rotate counterclockwise, Take the next top cord over 2 and pick up the second cord. Rotate counterclockwise. Take the next top cord over 2 to the right and pick up the second cord. The final one from the top passes over the final one at the bottom, which we again pick up. So again, we have exchanged our cords. We tighten up a bit by pulling on the ends. The ends at the bottom again travel in between the ends at the top. Here, 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 and here. We now reverse direction, taking a top cord over 2 to the left, and we pick up the second cord. Rotate clockwise. Take the next top cord over 2 and pick up the second cord. Rotate clockwise. Take another top cord over 2 and pick up the second cord. The final cord from the top passes over the final cord at the bottom, which we pick up. Tighten up a bit, and we have exchanged the two sets. The cords at the bottom again travel in between the cords from the top. Here, 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 and here. If we take a look from the top, we hold our top cords in the left hand. The bottom ones are facing down, and we have a nice star-like shape at the center. To start tying, take a top cord to the right over 2. Pick up the second bottom cord into your left hand. Rotate counterclockwise. Pick up the next top cord. Pass it over 2 to the right and pick up the second bottom cord. Rotate again, counterclockwise. Pass over 2 to the right using a top cord. Pick up the second bottom cord. Rotate again. Take the final top cord to the right over the final bottom cord. Pick up the final bottom cord. Pull on the ends to tighten up a bit. And we again have a star-like shape at the center, with each end passing in between two top ends. We now reverse direction, so a top cord passes to the left over 2, and we pick up the second bottom cord. Rotate, this time clockwise. Pick up the next top cord. Pass over 2 to the left. And pick up the second bottom cord. Rotate clockwise. Take the next top cord to the left over 2. And pick up the second bottom cord. The final top cord passes to the left over the final bottom cord. Pull on all of the ends. and you again get a nice star-like shape at the center, with each bottom end coming in between two top ends. Here, 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 and here. So that's the tying process. We again begin with step 1. So a top cord passes to the right, over 2, and we pick up the second cord. Rotate counterclockwise, pass over 2 to the right, pick up the second cord. Rotate counterclockwise, pass over 2, pick up the second cord. The final cord passes to the right, over the final bottom cord, which we pick up. Again, exchanging the two sets of cords, tightening up, and continuing. This time in the opposite direction. So a top cord passes to the left over 2, and we pick up the second bottom cord. Rotate clockwise, take the next cord, over 2 to the left, and pick up the second bottom cord. Rotate clockwise, take the next top cord, over 2, pick up the second cord. The final cord passes over the final bottom cord, which we again pick up. Tighten up a bit by pulling on the ends, and you can probably see a really nice looking pattern beginning to form. This technique really takes time to get used to, but once you do, you can do it quite quickly. So keep at it, stay persistent, and observe the tying here at the top to really see how things work. So that's our technique for today. Not a super easy one, but quite fun and something new. Thank you very much for joining me today. Consider supporting the site on Patreon, and see you next time.